On Thursday, I managed to catch a 1 to 22 RR trade that resulted in a profit of just under $8,000. And in this video, I'll be breaking down exactly why I took the trade and just the idea behind the trade. So as you can see, this is an example of the trade I took on Thursday. As you can see, I bought almost at the bottom here at 23,447, and then I TP'd up here at 23,669. Now this was a 221 point winner. And you know what? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why I took the trade, and the reason behind the trade and the idea of the trade. So as you can see, we are trading this on the Nasdaq, and I was trading this on the 1 minute time frame. I only trade the New York session, so ideally I want to wait for the New York session to open, which is on this candle here. And then right now, here where you see the market opened, I'm just waiting for price to settle down and make its direction, right? So I usually wait about 30 minutes after the open. So I usually trade around 10 is when I usually take my first position. So yeah, as you can see here, from 9:30, I waited. It started chopping around. It came higher, and then it started coming down into these lows. It bounced off these lows, and then it just started chopping around for a bit until it broke these lows here and then went lower. Now I was I was zooming out and I was looking at levels from the previous days, and I saw this one level down here on Wednesday, and as you can see, this is a support level. So this would be a support level, right? I saw these lows here, and I kind of had a line, something like that. So, and I was kind of just waiting for price to come into this level and reject, right? And that's exactly what I saw, and that is exactly what happened. Price came in right into this level, which started rejecting, bouncing off this level. And as you can see, this would have been a good long opportunity as well. However, I never took it here because I don't really like taking the first initial bounce. A lot of times it can come down lower before it goes up again, and I know that from experience. So I decided to wait for a bit. It did end up bouncing off this 50 MA, so once again, this would have been a nice scalp short for about just under 60 points. However, I really felt like it was a long day, so I decided to take a long, and I waited for price to sweep these lows here once again. And not gonna lie, I was actually waiting for price to break higher, and then come back into this level here and then take a long. However, I saw the volume, ever since these lows, I saw the volume. If I just put up the volume indicator, just a second, I saw the volume here, and I noticed that, we were getting some nice green candles, and along with some nice volume as well after a sell-off here. So, price to come into these lows, it started bouncing. As you can see, this is a bullish engulfing candle. So that was a good sign. And also, the one thing that I like to look out for is the 3-minute candles. So I look at the 3-minute, and I look at how the 3-minute candles are printing. And as you can see on the 3-minute time frame, you can see that price did not close below this low. So because price didn't close below this low, this indicated that there are buyers stepping in at this level. So however, if price were to close below this candle here, below this low here, that would indicate that sellers are in control. So I noticed that we were bouncing off this level. I was keeping an eye on this level. We started bouncing off, and we ended up closing above this level here. The next candle after that was a green candle, and once again, it did not close below this low, and that is exactly when I took the trade at 23,447, just at these just at the top of this candle here. And also, once again, on the 3-minute time frame, this is a bullish engulfing candle. My stop loss was about 10 points, so I was in with 2 minis on a 50k account. I was in with 2 minis. My stop loss was at so 10 points, 447 here. My stop loss was about here for 10 points, risking $400. And as you can see, I got tapped into this trade very nicely. And initially I was targeting these highs here. However, I really wanted to hold this trade out and see where it was heading. Also, I was paying attention to the 50 MA as well. If price were to break below, as you can see, these breaks here are breaks. However, I was I was waiting for more of a major break, right? This because a lot of times you can get faked out. So I was kind of just keeping an eye on these 50 MAs and letting price run all the way, and I held this trade for about five hours and 50 minutes, I believe, or just 6 hours. And I held this trade for very long, all the way to the close, which was at 669, as you can see here, for a nice 221 point winner. Very nice trade, as you can see. And yeah, so that was the idea behind the trade. It was just keeping out for pre-market levels, levels from previous days, like these support. Support came in, price came into the support, bounced off it, waited for some confirmation, like looking at the 3-minute time frame. Price didn't close below this wick. It started bouncing, bullish engulfing candle, and that's exactly when I entered with my stop loss very tight at 10 points, as you can see. So yeah, this was a very nice trade, 221 points. This trade made me 8,000, well, just under 8,000, $7,800 on this trade because I was down 1.2k. But yeah, very nice trade on a 50k account as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this trade breakdown. I hope you've learned something. If you're interested in joining the Discord, I'll leave the link in the description. I post these type of strategies and these trades every single day in the premium Discord. So if you're interested, you can join for 50% off using Flash50 at checkout. So yeah, Flash50 at WAP checkout, and yeah, you can get 50% off. Thank you for watching, guys.